How's your meeting? Daddy?
It's you guys. Hi. How's it going?
Everybody, this is AJ and Addison.
Hey guys.
Hi guys.
The squad, Chelsea Bones. What's good? Welcome to another episode of the YTH Nation Podcast. We are back, finally. We took February off, not intentionally, but we're back. And we have the incredible guests, AJ and Addison. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're super excited. This is your first podcast, right?
Yeah, first podcast ever.
That's
super
actually
exciting.
insane. Well, we're honored.
So
We're
fun.
honored. It's going to be fun, super casual. If you guys need to use the restroom or whatever, you're more than welcome to. We're just going to
get
chat.
up, walk out.
That's what we do.
Yeah, if you
all
guys
the
just don't want to be here,
time. Right, please feel
We're
free
actually
just to
done.
walk out. Anyway, so how did you guys you guys do social media and stuff? How did you guys even get started for those of you who don't know? Actually, should we do a...
Yeah, what are you doing?
I did this last time.
No, you're literally mid.
You want to do
You want me to do the game?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we normally start off with a game.
Okay.
If TikTokers weren't TikTokers, you
Yeah.
have to say
Oh,
another
gosh.
job that you think they would do.
Hopefully, you guys should know
Oh.
these people.
Okay,
You
if they're
should.
the basic people, probably.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
I don't know this
basic
person.
people.
TikTok.
So
Yeah.
if you guys don't know her, it's his fault. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's the one
Okay.
that picked it.
Okay.
Okay, Alex Early.
Earl.
Alex Earl.
Really? No.
I don't know who this person is.
Alex
Wait,
Earl. You guys know her,
Wait,
right?
Yeah.
so if she wasn't,
If she wasn't a
TikToker,
TikToker,
what
what
She's
would
would
she be
super
doing?
famous right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's up there.
Yeah.
So I told you.
Okay, Alex Earl.
I don't know that much about
I
it.
feel like
She'd be like a makeup artist.
Okay.
I feel
yeah, but that's
Yeah.
on the lines of TikTokers.
TikToker,
too.
yeah.
True,
like
influencer. Okay. She would.
I feel like she wouldn't do anything at a desk. That's not her.
Heck
It's just
no.
not
it's just
her.
not her
That's not her
personality.
Heck no.
She'd be out and about. A
It'd be like-
barista.
Oh, she'd be a flight attendant. Definitely.
Yeah,
flight
yeah,
attendant.
yeah.
That
Oh,
would be good.
because I was
No,
thinking
actually.
travel.
Yeah.
She'd still want to go out.
Wow.
That's
That's
fire.
actually a
Yeah.
really
Flight
good one.
attendant.
That's good.
All right, Noah Beck.
Noah Beck. Didn't
Actually,
he
I'm kinda sold on that one.
Didn't he play soccer
Yeah.
or something?
Oh,
He was
yeah.
he was
soccer
actually
player.
Okay.
He actually was
Soccer
actually
player.
a soccer player.
I don't
There you
think
go.
he'd be great, but I think
Yeah,
he'd
yeah.
still
That's
be
crazy.
He'd be
Yeah,
good.
he'd be like
Clip,
mediocre.
I'll
check,
give him
clip that,
good.
clip that.
All
Noah
right.
Beck, trash at soccer.
Last one is Emma Chamberlain.
Oh,
For sure, a house tourist.
Wait, do you know who that
Is that even a job?
like
house
interior
tourist?
designer.
She
Like
doesn't
interior
even-
She would
design.
just give tours of houses.
Wait,
Like
Oh,
a
like
real
a
estate
real
agent?
estate
she did that
She only gives the tours.
because she did that for the Vogue thing.
Yes, and it was
He's
so
good at that.
Or
I
like-
love that.
Or a barista. Like
Or a
that's pretty.
barista.
I don't know. I
That's
just
good.
feel like
She could be anything.
She could
that
be
wants
anything
to
she
be.
wants to be. Yeah.
I think that's good. I think real estate agent. A
Real
house
estate.
tourist.
House
tourist.
Clip that.
A touring house giver.
Also, so have you guys watched? Do you guys like Outer Banks?
Oh yeah.
Yes, we just watched it.
We just
yesterday.
finished
Did you
season
binge
3.
the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
All
With our
in one
family.
day.
All right, what did you guys think of season 3? Was it good?
I loved it. It was
We
my
cried
favorite
like
season.
5 times.
Cry-
It was
you
like
cried?
emotional.
No, it kind of was. You
It
haven't
was-
watched
wait,
it.
did
No,
y'all
I
watch
haven't.
it?
But I heard she cheats on John B, right?
Dude.
Wait.
Spoiler alert.
We can't.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. But
But
they were.
I don't like Topper.
But John
She's
just
busy.
like John just left her. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's
that was
not
kind of an
okay.
L.
It's not
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
But like,
He's
Wait,
not the best
Hopefully you've
boyfriend though.
watched
Let's be real.
OBX before you watch this podcast.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Or we're
skip
spoiling
ahead if
everything
you
now.
have
We
to.
should just
Spoiler
post this
alert,
as
we'll put it
a
on
clip
there.
so everyone gets spoiled.
Yeah, and just gets mad at us for sure.
Yeah, no, it's so good though. We love.
What do you rate that season out of the other 2?
I
I
would
feel like it was like an 8
That
out
one
of
was like
10.
a 9. For me, it was like a 9 out of 10. But
Holy cow.
no. I thought it was good.
That's
That might
pretty
be an
nuts.
unpopular opinion, but the first season was okay. Second season, I like
Second season, too much happened. It was
Yes,
like, okay, let's
agree
calm
with that.
down.
First
I think
season,
the first season was the best.
the second
Yeah.
one, second
they were
best
all
first
together.
season, third one, or no, second one, last
Yeah.
best. How am I saying this?
So they've
And
got
the
third
last
season
one.
number
Yeah.
one.
Wait, you're saying season 2 is better than season 1?
No.
No,
Season
she's
one's
saying
better than
that's-
Season
that
2
was
is
the
Not
the
worse.
worst.
Yeah.
It's in the
Yeah,
bag.
yeah, yeah.
For sure. No,
No,
season 2.
season 2.
Season 1, good.
Hey, buddy.
Good.
Great guy.
Great.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen
We're all
season 3,
confused
so I'm just
already.
like...
Right.
Yeah.
Who do you guys ship on that show?
Who do we ship?
Oh,
Yeah.
after this season, probably Rafe and Kiara.
Yes.
What?
I love
Yes,
Rafe.
that's-
I love
no,
him.
that's
No,
good.
Rafe is isn't he crazy?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
defend him.
Yeah,
He's
but
a
he's like,
psycho.
I
sorry.
He's crazy, but he's good at heart.
But
Like
he tried
you
to
can,
he
drown
wants help, that's
Madeline
the thing.
Klein.
Yeah.
Madeline Klein. No,
He
but you
wants
can,
help.
Yeah.
you can see that his heart is good though. Like
No,
when he
you can't.
you can.
He
No,
might
you guys
kill
seen the
people,
Rafe
but it's
TikToks?
fine.
Like him ordering at Starbucks. It's like, I don't think you understand. I need a double shot of espresso.
That's funny. Yeah.
That's really
Rafe
funny.
and Kiara. That's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
That's a wild shit.
That's a
It's
wild.
different, but
like they're cute.
I stand
They did
behind
get
it.
stuck in that, like, they got
They
held
have like
hostage
chemistry,
together.
you know, like
Yeah.
it could happen.
Huh, interesting.
No,
Sorry
I
to
need
spoil.
my boy Pope and Kiera to get together. Or does
No.
Pope like
I
die?
don't like them.
No.
I'm just gonna sound like an idiot talking like everything I say. is
They're
just-
No, he doesn't
they
die.
just don't really work.
He falls in
No.
love, though, with somebody else on the
Oh.
show.
Yeah,
That's
with
all
that
we'll say.
other girl.
Yeah.
It's mid.
Yeah.
That's
Mad
so funny.
spoilers,
We'll
mad
stop giving
spoilers.
spoilers.
That's awesome. Okay, you guys are both in college. Where are you in college? What are you studying? What year are you? Give us the rundown.
Okay, so I go to UGA, University of Georgia. I'm a junior. I'm
Go
a
Bulldogs.
communication studies major. I love it. Go Dogs. But yeah. What about you?
Okay, I go to Georgia College, and I'm a sophomore, and I study psychology.
Amazing. Okay, so then how do you balance both school and social media and all the things that come with it? What's the
She was just telling me on the way here, she has 3 exams to do, like, right after
This
she gets
week.
home
Oh my
after
3
this.
exams. I have one tomorrow
Is
and
it
2 on
midterms right
Thursdays.
now?
I
Kind of?
Yeah, I think it's midterms,
you.
at least like for us. She had midterms last week. They're like coming
Yeah.
up so quick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane that it's already March. Like it's actually crazy. But
Right.
yeah, 3 exams. How do we balance it? I don't know, it's hard. I feel like last semester I didn't do a great job of it because I just kind of like compartmentalized like school and then like my social media stuff, and I had to like sometimes I would go like a week without posting just because I was so focused on school,
Right.
and then like vice versa.
So I feel like if you neglect the social media for too long, it's like you lose the traction that you get.
Right.
So it's like
Yeah.
you kind of have to balance it or you're going to lose everything
right.
that you do. So like we
Yeah.
go home a lot and then we do stuff together, and then that's like our time to
we
do.
like film content together
Yeah.
because that's like I guess for us that's what gets the most like traction with
Yeah.
our like
Mm.
views.
Like
Yeah,
the
what's your
sisters.
what's your like weekly like social media rhythm?
So we try to post at least like once a day,
Mm-hmm.
at least on TikTok, and then I only post like once or twice a week on Instagram because I feel like that's harder to like get photos and stuff.
Yeah.
But
And we have
yeah,
like
once
social
a day.
media days where we'll just do everything, like change into a bunch
Gotcha.
of outfits,
Yeah.
get it all
Yeah.
done.
Knock
So then
it
when
out.
we
That's
have exams and
amazing.
stuff, we can just post
Yeah.
and then get back.
And then
to whatever
usually
we
like
do.
we film on the days that we don't have classes. So like Wednesdays I don't have any classes, so that's like my content day. So I'll like
Got you.
get ready and then just like film everything I have to film in, and then
How
that's I
many
do it.
drafts do you currently have in your
Ooh,
draft?
wait,
yeah,
that's
an interesting
actually
question. That's
such
a
a good
great
Well, I
question.
deleted TikTok like a couple months ago, and it deleted
Same.
all my drafts.
yeah, if you
No.
delete the app, it like
So-
deletes all of your drafts, which is so
Okay,
annoying.
good
to
to
know.
know.
Wait, why'd you
Yeah.
delete TikTok? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I was just doing it just to
taking
get
a
off
break.
of social media, like take a break. I had to focus on school.
Yeah. I only
But-
have 684.
Okay, wait, I have 619.
600. Wait, in your draft folder right now, 684.
Yeah.
And 684
I have 619.
Is that a lot?
in your drafts?
I thought that was like not a lot. I was like, I only have
Do
684.
you save all of
Oh
them?
my God,
Just like
that's a lot.
days?
I think it's a lot.
it.
I mean, you're
And
pushing
some of them
1,000
are
out
funny.
there.
Like some of them
God.
I'm never gonna post. It's just for memories.
just for you.
Like,
Y'all
for
can't
me.
lie. You've made
For
like
the
a stupid
memes.
TikTok, and you're like,
Oh,
I never posted.
Like
course.
this.
the
You just,
world
like,
can't
draft
see
it.
that, but
I've
I
never
don't
been
want
got
to never see it.
684.
Okay.
No, do you remember whenever TikTok was like, we're gonna post everyone's drafts and like everything's just gonna be out
Wait,
there,
that
and so
is
everyone
so-
was
you
like
were like,
deleting
oh, no.
TikTok and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was a
Not
thing.
good.
That is
That's
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get that memo, but
Maybe I just made that up in my head.
That's amazing.
Dang, that is
Okay,
actually
well,
crazy.
stay tuned for all of the 684
Yeah,
of the
my
drafts. that are
goodness.
Yeah, we'll
coming
show them
out.
all right now.
right.
Yeah.
I dare you to
one at
post
a
one
time.
live on the pod right
Let's
now.
go.
Kidding.
All right, so I feel like we gotta backtrack. Like first and foremost, for those who don't know, how'd you guys get your like start as influencers?
I think it was like probably like 4 years ago.
Do we need to like talk more on it? I feel
No,
like,
no, you're good.
Okay.
It was like 4 years ago. Our friend Matt was like at our church, and then he invited us to do like YouTube videos with him.
Is it Matty B?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maddie
Yeah,
B.
Maddie
Just casually
for
calling
So
you Matt.
yeah,
clarification.
that's kind of how we started with everything, and then we started doing music videos with our sisters on Funny Flicks
with like our
And then-
younger sister. Our older sister didn't really do it with us as
Mhm.
much. But yeah, we started on there. That's kind of when we got like a younger following, I would
Yeah.
say. So it was just a bunch of like little kids. But it was super fun because that was the first like 2 years of us even starting like YouTube or whatever, like social media. And then whenever TikTok became a thing in like 2020 or like 2019, we kind of just like took that and ran with it and started making content, started
During
trying to,
COVID,
like,
since we were all
capitalize off
together, we
that.
did that a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
like
we
with
made stuff a
sister
lot.
stuff. So I think like most of our content is surrounding like sister family things, which is super fun. But then we kind
It
of
was fun.
stopped YouTube like with him a little bit, are like going into college, and that's how we've kind of like taken TikTok. And then we also have like a sister YouTube channel that we do sometimes. But yeah, that's how we started. Like, what's going on now?
Gotcha.
Or-
How was
Yeah.
that with like Maddie B and stuff? Was it fun?
It was fun. Like
It was interesting.
It's like music videos,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're gonna link those videos in the
No.
description of this video.
I mean, like
what's
they're not bad. It's just like it's for young.
It's
Yeah.
just for kids, and it's like
We would laugh so much doing them. Like, there would be times when
Yeah.
it'd take like an hour to get one shot because we would just
Right.
be laughing.
We would just like look at each other and just like start
Because
dying.
we'd be like, we're actually doing this right now. Like,
You're actually
we're-
doing that.
It was, like,
but those videos like
crazy.
popped off.
Yeah.
I mean, like when we were going through them, like
When
20,
there's, like,
40
50
million,
million.
50
Yeah.
million.
Yeah, I
Crazy.
think
It's
one of our
wild.
biggest ones was like 50 million on YouTube with him, which was like super fun. And like the fun part for us was that like younger kids would come up to us and like ask for photos or ask
Yeah.
who we were.
Yeah.
And we were like,
That's so
what is
fun.
going on? Like, I remember the first time a kid came up to us and we were like, this is weird.
In
like, this should
Chipotle,
not.
right?
In Chipotle.
Yeah.
And she was
Wow.
like, can I get a photo with you?
And we were like, yes.
I don't know. It just like feels like that shouldn't be happening. But at the same
Right.
time, it was like cool, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
Have you guys ever had like a really weird like fan run-in?
I had someone send me like a letter to my sorority house. Like, they sent it to that house because that's the only one they could find.
She's had creepy stuff
and
happen.
they like
that.
wrote me a whole letter. And I don't really remember what it said because I was freaked out. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, how did they find this? And like, the president of my
Yeah, how'd
sorority
they
was like,
find your
wait, what? Like, how did they
address?
get this address? I don't even know how. But it was basically just like, I love you. Like, I would love to meet you kind of thing. And that happened to our younger sister too. And they sent,
Yeah.
he sent her like a video of him playing like the drums or something.
Yeah, no, he
It's so
That's kind of
random.
a crazy way to shoot your shot.
No, he sent like a little USB
Putting
thing.
in
It
his
was like, put this in
application,
your
that's so
computer and
funny.
like watch me.
Did
or
you
whatever.
guys
we
put
thought-
it in?
It could have been a bomb.
Wait, no, our
that's
parents
what I
did. They were like, we've got to
parents-
figure it out. Like,
No, you have to see
We were
what's on
interested
it.
at the same
Yeah.
time, but we were like,
Oh.
okay, cover your eyes. I don't know.
cover your eyes.
Your mom
That's-
is like, let me watch it first.
Yeah.
But then we watched it, and it
dangerous
was like
game.
him like playing guitar.
It was
like,
sweet.
or the
Like,
drums
it's
or
all
something.
sweet letters, but it's just kind of
Did that work as like a
strange.
way to shoot a shot or no?
No.
They're actually dating now.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
They're actually like 3 years married.
No, no.
now.
But
Okay. Didn't catch that. Sorry.
yeah, that was that was weird when they found like our home address and then your like sorority house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's crazy.
that's
That
like
feels
yeah.
really
weird.
scary.
It was weird, but it was also really sweet. Like, he was like, you've showed me like God and whatever, and like, so that was
Aw.
cool.
Yeah.
But I
That's
didn't
scary.
respond because I was like, I don't really want to entertain that. So
For sure.
other people started doing it, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wait, how'd you guys meet Matty B?
He went to our church.
Okay.
And we just kind of like got close with him through like other things, like hung out. And we did theater in high school, and
Yeah.
he knew that we could like act and like
Yeah.
sing.
He knew that we had a
whatever.
big personalities in that way.
It's
of,
so
like,
yeah,
kind of weird.
yeah, kind of like I don't know. But he just asked us to be in a video, and then it like did well, I guess. And then they just like kept asking us to do it, and then we like my sisters did like Funny Flicks, which was like his separate channel, kind of like linked to it. I don't know, but yeah, we were just like friends with him. And then
Did
that
he ever
kind of
try to like
happened.
shoot a shot at one of you guys or no?
What, wasn't he tiny?
I
Or
was
no,
like, wait,
what was
is-
the age
how
gap?
old is he?
Okay, so he
No.
definitely did.
He did. Yeah.
Well, okay.
What is
Like,
the age
I knew there
gap?
was
we're
gonna be
friends.
some
We're
gold
friends
in it.
now. Like,
Yeah,
and,
we're
like,
friends.
all
Yeah,
of
yeah.
us.
Okay,
What?
so
No,
that's-
you have to tell the story.
That's it.
You have to tell the story.
We,
That's gonna be such a good clip.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Yeah, I don't think that.
It was like more for her, but y'all never really
Great.
like. Didn't you go to prom or something?
Yeah, we went to like prom together.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
And, like,
crazy.
We were just like really good friends, but it just never like turned into more. If
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was always like something. We were just.
yeah. Anyways, moving on.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
understand it.
I told
to
you
this
guys you
point.
could hit the pass on these
Yeah,
questions.
that's a pass one.
Pass.
All right.
Plead the fifth.
So
that's
talking
so
about
funny.
funny flicks, what was your like experience with like that? Like was it a good experience with like the videos and like all that stuff?
I feel like
and-
it was good for that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, it
Like,
was overall good. Like looking back, it was great. But like in the moment, I think sometimes we were like, why are we doing this? But then we're like super thankful for it because
Yeah.
it kind of like gave us the like traction, like a following to
Yeah.
like start more of social media stuff.
Right.
we're still like again close with all of them and like
Right.
all the producers and everything.
Yeah, and our younger sister still does like videos with them. So it's like, I don't know, we're
Yeah.
all good. But oh, it was great. Like we don't look back and we're like, oh, I wish I did do that. Like
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
amazing, like for a time.
because it did
you know?
set us up well for like now.
Yeah.
Which one are y'all the most like proud of? Like, what do you guys
what's
feel like is
the
the biggest
one
banger?
video?
Oh, I feel like
That's a good question.
the first one we did, Leave Me Alone.
Yeah, that's a
You're
banger. That's a
proud of
banger.
that one. I love
Why are
that
you proud
one.
of that one?
I don't know why, but it's just like
That was, like,
I
the
have good
worst.
memories attached to it.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay,
like,
same. Because that was the first one that like just our sisters
because we were
did.
excited, like we were like,
Uh.
okay, this is like a new thing filming.
And that's more when we like enjoyed it. I think it got to the point where we were just so like not burnout, but we were like, we do not want to be doing this anymore. So it was kind of annoying.
And we had the camo on. We had our little outfit.
And we were like filming in a little city. Like,
guys, do you know a fun fact? This morning I was telling my mom
fun
that I was gonna go do this podcast, and I was like, yeah, it's these girls. They started on YouTube singing with like their sisters and music videos. My mom knew who you were.
No.
What?
Connie.
Wait,
shouting out Connie Hammer. She knew the Davis sisters.
Hammer.
Isn't that so crazy?
Connie. Oh
I know.
Wait,
So she was like, that's so cool.
Connie Hammer's tapped, man. That's crazy.
That's insane. I
So,
love it.
Talk about like being in the stew, like you guys were saying
In the
last
stew?
night. Because you said they would like write the songs for
Like
you guys.
Yeah.
studio?
right?
So we would
They
have
would
like
literally write the song, give it to us the day of, and be like, sing this. And they would give us like the
I was the rapper,
Like the
so
demo.
I didn't do the
Oh,
singing.
hey.
But like not in like a rapping way, in like a funny rap.
We
way.
have to
Right.
tell this story. One time, AJ like could not do this part because it was like a super fast like rapping part, and he was
Right.
like, "I'll just speed it up." So she had to do it slow, and
I
then
did
he
it like word
sped
by
it
word,
up.
and then they
Sped it
sped
up.
it up like digitally.
That's
No
Because I
way.
couldn't do it.
Yeah, it was so funny, but it was I don't know, it was fun. We felt so special going there because we were
We
like,
would
"Why
get
are
stressed
we?"
though.
It was a
Especially,
little
like,
stressful because
yeah.
we were all in the same room, and so we were all like hearing our sisters like trying to sing, trying to hit notes, and then we couldn't hit it. We had to do it like over and over.
Right,
Yeah.
And it was just like a lot.
And
but
how
it was
old
fun.
were you guys when you started?
I was like 15 or 16.
I was probably like 14.
when we started that. And then, I think like 15, 16.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a bunch of sisters, and so coming from a family where you're like, it seems like you're super close. You guys do content together all the time. I'm curious, do you ever feel a sense of competition between the two of you? And if you do, like, how do you kind of like handle that?
That's a good
I feel
question.
like we did more in high school.
I was about to say that
Like,
same thing.
Yeah. Like I think we've separated ourselves and like grown as our own people.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
now it's like we're different. And like I don't compare myself because like we have completely different personalities, different looks. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. But obviously like social media people do that for us. Like
Yeah.
we get comments.
Like, they
and stuff
pit you against
comparing-
each other.
Yeah.
That part
almost.
is hard because
Yeah.
like no one was putting us against each other when we were in high school. We did it naturally, like to
Yeah.
ourselves. But now like we're all good on our own, but people are still trying to put us against each
Yeah.
other.
Like,
And
oh, where's this sister? Like
Yeah.
I wish
We
this
don't wanna
sister
see
wasn't
these.
in this,
Yeah.
whatever. Which it's like you just kind of have to ignore that because like
Right.
I don't really care. I'm not doing it for them necessarily. Like we're doing it because it's fun and we enjoy it. Like
Right.
I don't know if people are gonna say that, that's kind of on them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think now we all just like try to support each other and love
Yeah.
each other more for like our individual selves rather than like trying to see how we can be better. But I think that's natural when you're younger, looking up to like your older siblings, being like, how can I be like them? And
Yeah,
so in a way
totally.
that
Yeah.
naturally like puts up some competition. But it was never bad with us. I just think it's like the natural thing you do when you're growing up, when you're
Right.
that young,
Yeah.
you know.
You guys ever have any like sister beef on set? Like get pissed at each other while you're
Oh.
shooting a music video?
Definitely.
Wait, have we?
We need like a good like juicy story.
Yeah, we need
Okay,
a story.
when?
I'm trying to think. Well, okay, one
She
time.
was very quick to say
I know,
yes.
like what are
No,
no, because
thinking?
me and
Yeah,
Addison used to fight a lot, like
For
a
real?
lot.
We did just about like stupid
But this
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
on
yeah.
set. But one time we were fighting about clothes or something, and she threw a candle at my head, like a whole
Dang.
glass.
She
Did it hit
loves,
you?
no.
No,
She
this
loves
isn't-
to tell this story. Like it's so dramatic. But I literally
You
like,
threw a candle at my head, like.
That's pretty wild.
They're having
but
sister
you
beef
were
right now.
like
All right.
being a brat. She's like so stubborn, like the most stubborn person I've ever met. And
Did the
so
candle
like,
hit you?
No, I ducked.
It didn't
really
even
quick.
hit her.
Like
Oh,
I
God.
swear.
I know
it was
it
reflexes
hit her.
fire.
like I knew it wasn't gonna hit her head. Or
I think I like shoved you in
Um,
the closet though after that. So
Oh
I
my
think like
gosh.
no, we got in like fights, and we were like the only siblings who really did that.
because we're closest in age.
I was
too,
about
so
to
it's
say
like,
that
yeah.
we're like
Right.
the closest. So
And we
it
had the
always,
same
like,
friends. Like it was like we didn't really have time apart in any part of our lives because our
Right.
school was so small.
Yeah,
So we were always together.
literally in the same classes, even though we were in different
Oh, wow.
grades. But like our school
Yeah.
just did it to where they kind of like put grades together in the same classes,
Dang.
which is so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's probably the worst.
not
story.
really on set though. Like I feel like we all just tried to like get it done on set because we were so
Often.
like
Yeah.
annoyed.
I think we
sometimes
laughed the
with,
most
like,
on set.
Yeah.
Like we
just
didn't fight as much.
laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what you said is so key because like that one, like you fight growing up, but then as you get older and then also the competition, it's like once you can find the uniqueness in
Right.
each one of you,
Yeah.
and be able to celebrate that, it really helps to not like be in competition
Yeah.
then. But I would love for you guys maybe to like, I don't know, some of our like younger people on TikTok and Instagram, maybe talk about competition for a second or comparison. I'd
Oh,
love
yeah.
to hear your encouragement of like, how do you stay away from that like comparison trap of like, okay, well, I'm not getting as many likes as this person and
Right.
all that kind of stuff. Do you have any encouragement?
I think for me, like something I've learned this year especially is like my identity is found in Christ and it's not found in like social media. So like if I'm doing that to find who I am, I'm never going to be fully confident. So it's like I kind of had to like separate the two, and that's partly why I deleted TikTok for a little bit and like Instagram, because it's just like, I don't know, I kept feeling like discouraged and like lonely and like insecure and stuff, and that's not who I am. Like I know who I am, and I know that like this world isn't what I'm living for, you know, like I'm living for something bigger, and if that's not my goal, then what's my point on, like, what's my purpose?
Yeah, and I
So
think
good.
you almost have to, like, not compartmentalize, but since we do, like, social media as our jobs, we have to, like, keep doing it. And so, like, comparison is constantly going to be thrown, like, right in our faces. But almost saying, like, my job and, like, what I do is not, like, who I am, kind of what she was saying, and just making it a completely separate thing from, like, your identity, because when you start to put your identity in social media, it's going to be fluctuating so much, and you're going to not be on like a solid ground that like Jesus wants us to be on. So like when our identity is like in Jesus, no matter what people say, all the hate that we get and stuff, it's going to be just like strong and confident, and that's like who we are at the core. And so if we just like remember that, I feel like that helps a lot. But it is so hard because I don't know, I feel like you naturally just want to like listen to what people say about you and be like, okay, I'll change that, like I'll do that. But that would just be exhausting. If I listened to every comment, everything someone said, I would literally be like so out of air, like feel like I'm like, I couldn't even breathe. So we just have to
like at the end of the day,
that.
like you're going to have that, like you're going to face that, but like it depends on what you believe, like what you're what you're rooted in.
Yeah.
Like if you're not rooted in that, you're literally just gonna fly away, wither wherever the wind blows.
And I think that like is more how we were in high school. So like when we first started YouTube, we were just kind of like running with the crowd, like seeing what was popular, like doing whatever everyone else kind of did. And then we realized, at least for me, I realized my senior year, like I can't keep doing this, or I'm just gonna be like, I'm never gonna truly like know who I am. So you have to kind of get like to the end of yourself to see like who Christ is in your life personally. To have that like foundation and that strong rock to stand on. But yeah.
Good.
That's fire.
Great.
Okay, hard topic switch. Speaking of like sisters and being sisters, what would be y'all's advice to like all the siblings out there that might see y'all and wish they were like as close as y'all, but they're like not?
Ooh, that is a good question.
I think like you kind of have to realize that like life is short, and like this is family kind of thing. Like these are who like you're literally share the same blood. So it's like you kind of have to put everything else aside and be like, can I get past myself to like love this person, you know? Because I feel like they're going to be the closest people to you on earth besides God, obviously. But like, I feel like you kind of have to like
that is
think
hard,
about
but
it.
you can't like force closeness either. So I guess just finding any way to connect to your sibling that would like allow them to feel comfortable with you in any way, whether that be like, let's go grab a coffee, let's go like to lunch. Like you don't have to be best friends with your siblings, even though like we are thankful that we have that like connection with our sisters, but like you don't have to be to find common ground with them. You know what I'm saying? But I'd say like as long as you try and like put that effort in, and their effort is reciprocated, like that's all you can do. And you can just keep praying for them that they'll like be more open to like who you are. And I guess that's all you can do. Just like hope that God works in their lives and in your life.
Great. So even harder topic switch. You guys are on TikTok, obviously posting a lot. So I assume you're on the app quite a bit.
Right.
What is y'all's like For You page like?
Oh, that's good. Mine's like
were just talking
Hasbullah
about
always. Like I
Dude,
love Hasbullah.
Literally the second
She
part of the
loves
question
Hasbullah.
where we're going to ask like, what's the deal with Hasbullah?
Yeah, what is the deal?
love him.
Because
But you
Something
have beef with
about
him,
him.
right?
I have beef with Hasbullah
That's what I saw.
a little bit.
No.
Like,
Why?
wait,
Tell us.
He
Wait,
takes away
you're
the
in love with
attention
him
from-
and you have
Wait,
beef
you
with
have
him?
beef with
I'm
him?
confused.
He's just like annoying. You
Oh
know what
my-
I'm saying? Like
Clip that, clip
no,
that.
like okay, he's literally my background. Like
What?
always.
Oh my goodness.
And it like switches.
Dude, that's
she
that's-
loves
So there's
him,
multiple
though.
pictures of Hasbullah.
Yeah.
She'll
I
just
like
be on his live. Like, you know how he does lives all the
Yeah.
time?
Oh,
She'll
yeah.
just be watching.
the
Those are
way
pretty
he
funny.
laughs, like it's just
With his
like
cat and
that's
stuff?
so
Yes,
funny. Like he's just so like happy. Even though he's
Dang.
probably not. He's kind of like an angry little guy, but
Yeah, he is an angry-
He has
Have
so
you
much
guys-
like fury in
Have you
him.
seen him like driving with no? He
Yes.
can actually drive.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
kinda
did you watch
crazy.
that vlog with
I
the
mean,
Nelk
obviously
boys?
I
and-
watched it.
Dude.
He's watched all the Hasbullah.
I watched
Wait,
Yeah.
he can drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has like a
he
little.
sits
He has a
on the
guy
guy's
that like does the
lap.
pedals.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He's so sweet.
Yeah.
But wait,
Guys,
why
he's
do you
like a
think he's
20-year-old
annoying?
man.
Yeah,
I
okay,
just-
tell
Yeah,
us about
he is
the
like
I don't
20.
know. I feel like he just likes the attention too much.
Uh,
Like,
but like, okay, but like people are obviously gonna stare at him. That's like he knows it.
Yeah.
He knows
Right.
it.
yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
might as
So
just,
might as well
like,
just turn that
annoying.
attention into clout,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah,
That's what I
why
say.
not?
Like,
Good marketing.
I don't know. He knows what he's doing.
All right,
he
so
knows.
we got to get the like some sort of hashtag trending where we can just make
Hashtag
this happen.
Hasbulla.
You got to
Hashtag
meet
Hasbulla.
Hasbulla.
I know. My dad says that. He's like, just DM him.
You
like,
have
he'll-
to?
yeah,
Have you not
he
DM'd him?
always
I
says
know.
that.
He's like, just DM him.
But I'm
like,
kinda
say what's
scared.
up.
Duet him in something?
Yeah.
Wait,
Do you do that ever?
No.
You need to
You
do
should.
Well,
that.
I'm scared.
You need to be like, for the next 90 days, I'm
Every
gonna.
day.
Wait, you
I'm
actually
doing-
Duetting
should
has
do
bullet.
that.
Yeah,
That would be
till he
so
replies.
good.
or
Wait,
something.
that's actually a great
He would definitely
campaign.
see it at
If
some
this
point.
works,
Yeah,
though,
he would.
we have to be on the trip. If this works.
Yeah, and we have like
Yeah,
a
of
language
course.
barrier though, so we would have
That's
to have a
what I was
Yeah,
translator.
translator.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Who cares?
Dagestan,
No,
it's
but, like,
fine.
Would he even want to like?
Meet me. I don't know.
That's
Crazy. No, but here is the thing. Have you guys ever seen him talk about like when girls come up to him, he'll be like, no photos, like
Because
whatever.
he's a
Wait,
pretty
why?
religious guy. No?
Yes, because his like
Okay.
religion
Oh,
is like very
interesting.
like whatever.
So
I
he
don't have
won't
a
get
shot.
photos with girls?
That's what he says.
because he's religious.
Yeah, like his religion. I
His
guess it's
religion,
Muslim,
like,
maybe.
I guess, like,
so,
yeah.
I don't,
Like you-
I don't
okay.
know
It like
his
prohibits
religion.
it.
So
Yeah.
can he like talk
Got
to
you.
girls?
I don't know.
I guess
He like
not.
doesn't.
So maybe he wouldn't even respond if I
Right.
tried.
Right.
Yeah,
Maybe
He's
that's
the
not.
girl
thing.
He wouldn't
Yeah.
even give you the time of day.
No.
Right.
Maybe you just need to find a friend from your account that will continue to do it.
Right.
Like I'll
True.
use a guy to get to
Yeah.
him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, like
And then you just pull
can
up.
try, and then like if it doesn't
If it
work,
doesn't
you're gonna have to
work,
find another
Right.
Bring
Yeah.
a guy
alternative
into
way.
your duet.
Don't give up
Yeah.
is what we're saying.
Yeah.
I can't
I'll
believe
keep
you have
pushing
him as
on.
your background.
I know.
That is
So anyway,
impressive.
so we
That's
know
so far that she just brought it up because I was like,
Oh,
no, literally
no.
before I was like, I don't know, dude. I feel like this Hasbulla thing is kind of like out on a limb. Like they might be like, what? I don't even know.
No.
Who that is.
Right.
That's
I
great.
knew.
She'll
Yeah.
talk about it for hours. Like, she
That's
loves them.
nuts. Okay, so your For You page is Hasbulla. What's your For You page like?
Mine, mine's kind of sap right now. Like y'all know
Oh,
why.
okay,
no,
okay.
but it's just like deep quotes with like pictures that
Dang,
look sad.
okay.
I don't know.
That is
Ours
crazy.
is so different. That's so sad.
Couldn't
But
be
mine
more
is-
different.
it could be no, it is funny. But like for some reason at night, like when I'm scrolling, it's always sad stuff. Like I
Yeah.
don't know what it is,
Really?
but
The
like
timing.
yes,
Bro.
I
The
think
time
it
of
is.
day.
TikTok's evil,
Because
low-key,
no,
but-
yeah, because like during the
They
day
know.
it'll just
Oh,
be
yeah.
funny, lighthearted
That's interesting.
dances, funny people, and then
Right.
at night it's just like you were loved, like
It's always the
really sad.
slideshows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like some
Slide,
beautiful
like, with,
Like
like,
nature
the real
scene.
IMAX audio.
That's so true.
Niche.
That is
But
interesting.
I guess that's what mine is. I
Dang,
don't
that's
know.
crazy.
But we always send the most random stuff to each other
Yeah.
also. Because like when it's like 1 a.m., it'll be like people from some other country that like we have no idea what they're saying, but we're like, this is so cool. Like I love
That's
it.
nuts.
It's like 2
That's
likes.
awesome.
I'm
you
in
know?
the
Yeah.
like
He's on core.
I was
for it.
Italian like
What's yours,
food
JT?
TikTok right now, pretty heavy.
Like making pasta and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, because me and Nate always be like sending. Nate's my roommate. We always
Okay.
send each other like food.
You just say
stuff, so-
Nate as if like everyone.
Yeah, you guys
You know,
know.
like,
that.
okay, yeah, we
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I'm
Elijah,
pretty
what's
neat.
your For You page?
He's not even on social.
Well, I
media.
like deleted it, but like it's just all like troll stuff. It's all just like memes.
Yeah.
Mm.
I only go on there for
What?
like.
Since you're a new
comedic
TikTok
I'm
user,
like,
what's
okay,
yours?
Yes.
I'm still creating my algorithm.
Okay.
So
I want to be on
Right
like
now,
core though.
What
yes,
is that?
I'm
What's
on
that?
Core.
Yeah, I
What
want to
is
do
that?
H Talk. It's like the real RX like slideshows where it's like really like depressing.
Yes.
It's like yeah.
So that's the
I feel like
sad.
you're trolling her right
No,
now.
I'm not.
And it's like, what does the world come to? And
Yeah,
it's like all
yeah,
these
yeah,
slides
yeah.
of people like looking
Wait,
down
does
at
that
their
fire
phones
you
and
up
stuff.
though? Like I
A
feel like.
little.
Yeah, it's like-
No.
I
Listen,
don't like
listen.
to go
Are
to
you, like,
sleep.
into
That's how you like.
that?
I'm like a
Bro,
little
that's how
bit
you
into,
escape the
like-
Matrix is if you get on like core.
Oh,
That's what I've
okay.
heard. Yeah.
What?
So
Interesting.
I don't know.
Gotta get
I
on
just-
there.
I've been really
Addison's
big on
really
like people
connecting
are
with this
so
right
like enthralled by their phones, and it's actually like so scary. And I know everybody knows that, but I was walking to class the other day, and there were probably like 30 people at this bus stop, and they were all just like necks down looking at
Oh,
their phone.
yeah.
There
It honestly
wasn't
does.
one person
scary.
that was like
Yeah.
talking to the person beside them, and I was like, this is so sad. I don't know, and so I wanted to like throw my phone away, but
Okay.
it's fine.
Yeah. Oh god.
My TikTok is all the little filters that you can try with the different games.
It's trying to just
Tori would
introduce
have,
you
like,
to
an
TikTok.
Those are
Tori
good.
just still has the default For You page. Like, it just hasn't. It can't learn anything about her. 'cause she's just so, like,
True. You just press on
I'm like,
everything.
with
Right.
the
She just likes
celebrity,
everything
and I'm
on
like
her.
doing the little head things.
Oh my
So
gosh,
good.
that's actually hilarious.
So good. Okay, well, we do need to talk. Let's talk about dating for a second.
Yes,
Are
let's
you
talk
dating?
about it.
Do you want to date? Would you ever date somebody that's commenting on your pictures? Or not
Ooh.
pictures, or
Oh, wait.
TikToks.
That's a good
Pictures?
Pictures.
Come on,
Who doesn't know
Tori.
what TikTok is?
2023, buddy.
I feel like I want to meet my person like in person. Like I don't mind social media. Like they always tell me like you should like look around, but I'm like I don't really like looking.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I just want it to come to me
Like
Gotcha.
naturally.
Yeah.
And that's what I like pray about kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if that doesn't happen, like I trust whatever. So I would be open to it. But
Yeah.
I'm hoping for it just to be organic.
AJ's an
got
old
you.
soul, man.
She's an old soul. Amen.
So you guys have dated before? Or you haven't?
I haven't before.
You never have?
No, because it's like always, like we talked about this, but like every time I almost date someone, it's like I pray about it and then it gets like
Yeah.
taken out of my life. And like, so I trust that I'm not supposed to be dating those people. And like, again, looking back, I understand why I haven't. But yeah, I'm
her
just living.
standards though are like so like Tim Tebow, like literally that's like her
Dang, man.
no, but like
Not Tim
she-
Tebow.
No, her
not
standards
him.
are hot.
Sorry, he's
I
taken.
They're
Tim Tebow or Hasbulla? Very hot.
Hasbulla, like either of them would work.
Right.
They're kind of like the
But,
same person.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah,
agreed.
they look
Just
Very
like
religious,
super. Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They're probably friends.
But
You gotta
yeah.
convert
Probably.
Hasbulla, bro.
Yeah.
True.
You gotta convert
Hasbulla
him.
I
needs
could
to get
do
saved.
it. Just give me
I
a
think
couple
so,
of
you
years.
could do it. You could be the one. To
You should be like
Absolutely.
DMing Hasbulla like the gospel.
Verses
Right.
every day.
Until he gets
Romans
saved.
Road.
You never know.
That could be your end.
Yeah.
That could be your in.
Yeah, maybe he's like down to like.
Down to convert?
Yeah.
I feel
I don't
like
know,
he'd
man.
be down.
I don't know.
Dagestan,
He
bro.
seems strict.
He is
Dagestan
strict.
is.
True.
If he doesn't talk to
shtick.
any girls, then he's definitely not ready.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's crazy.
Oh wait.
Wait. Oh God. I had the next
You're up,
question.
buddy.
Oh gosh. Okay. What are some qualities you guys look for in a guy, or like relationship?
We'll stay on the
advice?
dating topic.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like humor for me is a big one
That is a big
because
one.
I
too.
love laughing and like joking around. Like I'm always joking. So like if someone can't match that energy,
Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
I get
True.
bored really easily.
I like confidence. That's like number one for me. Or not, obviously number one would be like to love Jesus, but number two is confidence. So I just think I think
Why are
that-
you laughing?
Yeah,
Why are you
Miranda,
laughing?
stop laughing.
Miranda
This is a serious
Put a
podcast.
camera on her, bro. Look at her in the corner. If you need to leave,
No, I like, want to know. But
that's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
I just think confidence like goes so far. You know, like
Yeah.
if you just like
It's
know
true.
who
But
you
not
are.
cockiness. I think
Yeah,
that's so
different,
There's
different.
such an
a
it.
fine line between like cockiness and confidence,
Yeah.
but I feel
Yeah.
like it's like kind of obvious like which one you fall under, you know?
Yeah.
But that's like number one. And then funny.
Funny.
I
I
guess
guess.
that
Gotta
falls
be
into
funny a little
it.
bit, eh?
And then I
No
don't
video
know.
games. That's what we
Yeah.
learned last night.
I mean,
They
we-
can play video games,
Yeah. But
just
they have a
not
time
like,
not
Right.
every night for
Yeah,
like
not every
5
time.
hours.
they
That's
can't
so
be
weird.
obsessed with it because
Yeah.
then it's
Yeah.
like, come on, do some other stuff in life
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Like
they
get
can
motivated.
Right.
get in life, you know, stop
That's
looking
so
down
funny.
at your phones, core. But
That's
Core.
Look up. Say something. Say
W
hello.
callback right there.
yeah.
Okay, wait.
Amen.
I want to go back to the DMing thing. So you said, like, from a guy, what would be like a WDM
It would be
that he
ideal.
could
That's
send you?
that's a good
That would like get your
question.
attention.
Because it can be cringe really easily.
Right.
Like,
There's, I
if
feel like
it's
there's a
If
fine
you like
line.
try to be too funny and then it's like it's just not working. for you.
Yeah.
If they
Right.
can find a way to incorporate like one of your videos or like something like about
True.
who
Yeah,
you
just
are
respond to
in
that.
the DM and they're like, I don't know. I feel like that would be cool if they like did not their research,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
if they
yeah.
like kind of
Yeah.
found out a little bit like how
Right.
you are and then
Right.
like said
Or like,
something
oh,
about
I
it.
like this too.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
should talk
Common
about it
ground or
sometime.
something.
common
Yeah.
ground. Yeah, I feel like that just shows that
I like this too.
I like this too.
We should talk about it.
like
All right, so AJ needs a really NPC response. Got it?
No.
Just DM her like pictures of Hasbulla.
That would be
Honestly,
an like
yeah. All right, guys.
Wait, have you guys ever like responded to just like a random fan DM or no?
random fan DM.
Yeah,
Like a
like,
fan
you guys
like
ever
trying
like
to slide.
check your DMs and like
Oh well, like for girls, yeah. Like if they
Yeah.
just like ask a question about like something
Yeah.
that we do, I like respond like all of them.
Yeah.
But if it's like a random guy who's being like weird,
Yeah,
no.
we're not gonna be like, hey,
We're not
Yeah.
gonna
like
give
just
that
for
the time
fun.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
But like if it's someone, I feel like for you, if you're like, oh, he's cute or whatever, then you
Yeah,
would
I
probably
would
like
respond.
respond to him.
Yeah.
If it wasn't weird what he said, and if
Yeah,
it was clear that he wasn't like a fan, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like if he was actually
yeah,
trying to like.
Yeah. Or if like
I
he,
don't know.
he has multiple DMs like throughout the year, that's kind of a
That's like a red
that's
flag.
weird.
Oh,
to me.
that's
that is kind
weird.
of weird.
I'm like, you
If
could have
you've
just
never
deleted it
responded.
Or it's
and then like
yeah,
tried
yeah.
again.
Of,
Dang,
like,
but
yeah.
that one's weird.
No, I feel like
Persistence.
But it's okay.
That's like the literally the only thing that matters if you're a guy is like, are you attractive or not? You could literally say like anything, and if you're attractive, like they'll respond.
Only
back.
thing that matters.
Only
As far as like,
But that's only that's only thing.
Coming
like,
straight
yeah.
So you're saying like the initiation.
they don't actually like no one actually cares what you say in the DM. Like
Right.
Okay, it is I see what you're saying. I don't like agree 100%, but I do see what you're saying
That's
because
what
it's
I'm
like
talking
Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, if you see some
Let's go
guy
ahead.
and they say something funny, but then you go on their profile and it's like they're just really just not attractive because apparently I'm not allowed to say ugly. But
Yeah,
you're just
you're
not gonna
not.
respond.
Yeah, well,
I feel like.
you learned that last night at dinner, yeah?
Apparently I'm not allowed to say that.
Right. Apparently.
Very true.
All right, so what do you guys like? What's like a normal day? Like, what's your like morning routine? What does y'all's time with like God look like?
Day in
Is
the
that a funny
life.
question? Day in the
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, give us a day in the life.
Yeah.
So
You guys are both in school.
yeah, I guess like a normal day in the life for me would be like waking up. I like making my morning coffee. I love hot coffee. That's like I have to have my hot coffee in the morning, and then I can have like ice like throughout the day.
I'm the same way.
Really? It's just like something about it in the
messes
morning.
up my day if I don't have a cup of hot coffee.
Me
like,
too.
First.
Huh.
No, same. And I'll even like take it to go if I have to. But like I
Yes.
have to have hot coffee. But then I'll try to like read something, like read a spiritual book that I'm reading, and then like read some of the Bible or read like a verse of the day like on the Bible app, and then I'll just like pray for a little bit, and then I'll usually go to my classes, and then I don't know if I have plans that day. I'll like hang out with my friends. We've like playing pickleball recently, so we've been doing that quite a bit.
Dude, no way.
What?
They said they've been playing pickleball.
No way.
Wake up,
Yeah.
kid.
Dude, we gotta.
Yeah, pay
sorry.
attention.
We gotta run it
He was
after
falling
this.
asleep.
He's just texting on
I'm
his
sorry,
phone
I
during
didn't be
the
more
podcast.
interesting if I.
No, I'm sorry. I'm putting my
But
foot.
yeah, we've like
We're
pickleball
big
recently.
pickleball people
We are.
here.
Yeah.
We have 3
No, we actually
courts
have-
at the office.
Yeah, we actually have like
We
3
really
courts
do.
at the
Yeah.
office.
Are you serious?
I'm
Yeah.
so
we're not
bad at
good.
it.
No, we're
Like,
not
we're
good.
really
not
But,
good
like
at
we've
it.
enjoyed like trying to be good, like
Right.
trying to be better, because it's like a fun activity, and it's like it's kind of
Yeah.
a workout too.
No,
so
for
it's like
sure.
you're getting
Oh, for sure.
all
Me
of
and
it in
Kelsey are like a
one.
nasty duo. Like,
Wait,
we can
really?
Oh
literally-
yeah, for sure. Thanks. You
That's
just
so
leave me out of
fun.
that. Yeah, thanks.
We can
I
just
love
destroy
it.
JT.
I feel like it's so fun, and like when you get older and you like have nothing else to do, you can just like go play pickleball.
Yeah,
with, like,
Yes,
older
I feel like
Exactly.
it's like an older person.
and you can like be in a
Right.
league, you
games.
know? Like I
That's
feel
It
like
definitely is a
that's
55
so
plus.
cute.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a parent in a pickleball league.
No, same.
Yo, yeah.
Or like even like a
That's fun.
not an old person,
Or
but like
grandma.
like a
older.
retired
Yeah, like-
person.
Yeah, like I feel like
Dude,
there's
if I
so
was
many
retired, bro, I'd be
grandparents.
playing pickleball all day.
We
Yeah.
already play
Oh,
pickleball.
life
all the
You're
time.
right. You're right.
Life goals, honestly.
That's really
But yeah,
fun.
what about
Gotcha.
what's your day of the life?
Same
What's your day in
thing,
the
pretty
life, man?
much. But I like wake up and then play worship music. That's like the first thing I do when I wake up normally. Because
So
I like,
yeah, like get destroyed. Like she.
yeah, I'm like
That's
She
like
doesn't
the
care about
first
the
I'm more
coffee.
Christian.
Right.
Also, wait, okay,
Yeah.
who are you listening to right now? What's your like?
Okay,
go-to
his name's
album?
John Mark Pantana, I think it is, but I don't really.
Hey,
He is my favorite worship artist. Like
really?
he has a book that goes along with all of his music, and you can like
Dang.
read through it. But his music's like different than like regular worship. It's like calm, peaceful.
I feel like
But-
that's good to listen to in the morning too,
Yeah.
because it kind of like eases you into
It
your
eases
day.
you
It's not,
into
like,
it,
so
and it's just
aggressive.
relaxing. You don't have to be like jumping for joy. You know,
Right,
you can
right,
just
right.
kind of like whatever.
That comes later.
Yeah,
No
Yeah.
jumping for joy.
That's after 10 a.m.
That's after 10 a.m.
After coffee.
But
Be
yeah,
happy at
After
all.
morning
he's
coffee.
definitely my favorite right now. And then same thing, I go to class, whatever. And I've been swimming. I've been going to my pool and like swimming laps because I used to
That's
swim in
awesome.
middle school and high school.
No way.
No, tell him about your Snapchat
Fun fact.
username.
So I made my Snapchat username. I swim for him, like for God.
Oh,
like
That's
man.
amazing.
And, like,
That
it's
is
still-
fire.
Your
Fire.
swimming time is your devotional time.
I know, because I can
can't.
think. Like I can swim in my
You're just absolutely
freestyle.
blasting
no,
the
and every
John
time someone asks for her
Pantana
Snapchat,
in
she
the
like
hot
wants
tub.
to give it to him, and
Right.
she's like embarrassed.
I'm like,
She's like, I'm
look,
I
sorry, I
swim
made
for
it when I
him.
was like in like
Yeah.
fifth
But
or
I'm kind of
whatever.
proud of it now. Like I could
Yeah.
have changed it, but like I want to keep
I
it
love
because
it.
like
Keep it.
I still swim for him. Like
That's
come on.
For some reason, we all like all of our family did that. Like I
You
did
were flip.
I did gymnastics, so I was like, I flip for him.
Oh,
And then
so it's like
No
a family
our older
way.
sister
Yeah.
sang, so she was like, I sing for Christ, and that's like still her email.
She kind of
Like,
messed
it
up.
runs
she
in the
kinda messed
family.
up.
And then Ava
She
did
used
tennis
his.
for like a day, so it's like I swing for him.
Oh my.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of
Are
crazy.
you all still on Snapchat? Because that's amazing.
That's
Yeah.
not mine on Snapchat.
You still
Just
rocking
me,
it
yeah.
though.
But she's with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
stick with it,
strong.
man. Stick
Wait,
with
I
it.
feel
I
like
swim
what's
for him.
what was your Snapchat name? Because I feel like everyone has like a bad Snapchat.
Yeah, when they
Dude,
first
I
make
I
it.
got it in 8th grade and then deleted it right away.
What was your name?
I don't even
Like
remember.
JT
No,
Smith?
dude, I used to go by Josh back then.
Josh, dude,
Yeah,
that's
bro,
crazy.
Whoa.
Dude, mine is OG Shark 23.
Oh,
That's a pretty rough
sharp.
one.
That one's pretty
When did you
rough.
get
That's
that?
worse than I
In, like,
swim
middle
for
I
him.
made
school?
that in like 6th grade.
That's
And
amazing.
Dang.
I didn't know you could
OG
change
Shark
it. But now you
24?
can
Wait, you can
change it, I
change
think.
it?
Yeah, because I was gonna change it.
Yeah,
but
you
I
can.
didn't.
They
Well, you had
just
to change
updated it
yours,
where you
right?
can
Or you
change
just
it.
got
No,
rid
I
of
just
it?
like got a
No.
new one. I was like,
Oh.
I can't do this anymore. Yeah, don't change it. At this
No, don't
point,
change
it's
it.
like a
Don't
part
change
of
it.
I'll
like
keep
who
it
you
fine.
I
are.
swim for him. Follow her on
Convince me.
Snapchat.
Like everyone has
so
like a bad
funny.
email
Oh,
that they made when they were a little kid,
Oh,
and then you
yeah,
just
yeah,
get
yeah.
stuck with, or like a password.
I
Yeah.
swim for him at gmail.com.
Is that actually your email too?
It's
was.
still. I
That's
made,
like her
I made a
Instagram.
new one
Right.
for like my
That's where you send all the
stuff.
like subscriptions.
Yeah, you're like,
Right.
guys, truly,
That's spam.
You have to have the spam
Your
email.
spam email,
though,
yeah.
for sure.
have
That's
one.
key.
That's really
I don't even know what question we're on right now.
Okay, so talking about this like
Lock
faith thing, so
in.
talking about like your morning routine, I'm curious on just your thoughts on using TikTok or your social media as a platform for faith. How has that been? Has that been hard? Is that something you're like still trying to navigate? And then I have a second part to it, but I'm curious on that first.
Okay, so we actually like just talked about this recently. Like, we're not Christian influencers, but I think we're influencers who are Christian. And so like if someone happens to stumble upon Jesus by following us, that's what we want. Like I feel like for me, I want it to organically, naturally happen for someone. Like we were talking about last night in the car, you said like eternity is on everyone's heart. So if that's like sparked in any way, then that's God's will, you know? So we've always been like about going about it naturally and just trying to share our faith, but also not trying to make that like everything that we post about, because sometimes it is fun to just do a dance or do like fun things on TikTok at the same time. But yeah, I think both ways, I guess. We try to incorporate it into our lives and bring it into everything that we do, like bring our relationship with Jesus into everything that we do, but also not like shove it down people's throats.
And I think like if we are like good with our relationship with God, then like that's going to be evident in everything we do.
Yeah.
So I think like we don't really have to try and be like, oh, like I have to tell you I'm a Christian or else you're not going to get that. Like our joy and our encouragement and our love is like what shows that, because like that's how Jesus lived. He just walked through his life and like he went around and like everybody saw that it was evident that God was with him and in him, you know?
And then it's cool because if we do like post something about it or, you know, show something about that in our lives, then people will like reach out through DM and be like, can you tell me more about this? And then once they ask, that gives us the chance to be like, oh, well, here's the gospel. Like
Have
it's
you ever
like
actually
exciting.
gotten like a conversion that way?
Yeah, I've
That's
had
so
a few DMs where people are like, I don't know what to do. Like I'm struggling in life, and I'm just like, yes. Like, because when someone reaches out to you, that's like they want to know about what you're trying to tell them. You know what I'm saying? So that just gives you a completely open door to share the gospel with them. That's like the coolest thing that happens.
Yeah, because
like,
they're
your
asking
favorite.
you. You don't have to just give it to them without like shove it down their throat.
Yeah.
It's not just
They're
like a
coming.
product you're trying to sell.
Right.
It's like who you are.
Exactly.
Just in every part of what you're putting out there. It's in like just who you are, who you're created to be.
And everyone does that differently. Like that's just the way that we see it. But like I've seen so many other people who like are Christian influencers who really do make a difference and like have really changed a lot of people's lives, and like that's awesome to see. But like God's using us in a different way than he's using everybody else. And I think that's cool.
Yeah, y'all are just racking up crowns in heaven, just hitting DMs.
Right, through the DM.
3 conversions today.
3 conversions. That's awesome. No, that's so special. That's actually really sweet.
That is really cool.
Okay, now my second part, I'm just curious. So with just today's society and the way that like depending on how you look, like determines how many likes you have, like what's the temptation to like, it sounds funny, but like thirst trap, like how do you kind of like, what do you do with that?
No, it's hard because it's like you obviously see that sounds bad, but like more attractive people are just like people are more drawn to that.
Right.
And so that's such a temptation to just like make that who you are and make that all of your content. Like I've struggled with that, especially like in high school. I was like, well, this is what I have, so I'm going to use that to my advantage kind of thing. Yeah. And like you can, I guess, but there's just a fine line. And so I think what she was saying, just like bringing Jesus into every moment, like literally before every post, just being like, is this what you want from me? Like, is this pure? Is this good? Like, am I doing this for the wrong intention or for the wrong reasons kind of thing? And so I feel like just before we post everything, we have to just kind of like bring it to the feet of Jesus and just be like, take this and then tell me what to do. Like, just tell me the next step kind of thing. Don't tell me like everything because we can't know everything, but just the next step. And then I feel like he reveals that to us.
And I think it's easy to like it, depending on whatever you do, like whatever kind of TikTok it is, like to wear something specific or like look a specific way or try harder, I guess. And I think that's like the biggest thing for me is like, am I showing too much skin in this? Am I like trying too hard? Or is this is this sound like something that I want to like be like represent and be behind, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
And because it's easy to be like, those are the ones that get the most likes. Like when you
that's so,
look a certain way or wear less, like that's obviously going to get more attention from like everybody else.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's not what we want to represent. And that's something like our parents have told us, like, you need to take that down. Like, that's not appropriate, whatever. And like, we've had to learn to do that ourselves and not like, because we don't have our parents telling us what to do anymore. Like, we're old enough to figure it out ourselves. And like,
it is also good because we have each other though. And sometimes if we're like skeptical about posting something, we'll literally send it to each other and be like, is this okay?
Like, is this
And I feel
appropriate?
Have you guys ever
Yes.
like not posted a TikTok?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there's been like multiple like Instagram posts too, just like in the summer, like in bathing
Yeah.
suits,
Yeah.
whatever, like should I
Yeah.
be doing this? And it's kind of
Right.
good to
Even
have
if our motives
people-
are pure, it's
Yeah.
like, who am I making stumble doing this, no matter how I
Right.
feel
Yeah.
about it.
And so
Right.
like asking y'all always helps
Yeah.
me because I know that y'all have pure intentions too.
Yeah.
Being like God is speaking directly into y'all's lives and like our parents' lives. So I'm just so glad to have that support system that I
That's
can
so
even
good.
ask them and be like, can I get a second opinion? So that it's
Yeah.
not
Mhm.
just me, you know? So like having that kind of community around you to just
That's
like
so
build
good.
you up while you're
Yeah.
going through that is so important.
I think that is so practical. Those two things of
Mhm.
like one always looking at it as like, okay, if I'm representing Jesus and just who I am,
Yeah.
is this that representation that I
Right.
want people to see? And then two, having a community of people that are able to speak into it or that you're actually like willing to listen to if they're like,
Mhm.
hey, I just think you should probably take that down and being like,
Right.
oh, okay, like actually, like I trust your thoughts and your insight into this.
Yeah.
And so I think that's so practical and so helpful, especially as like TikTok gets younger and younger and trying to figure out like how to navigate that in life.
Yeah.
That's a cool example to set.
Yeah, and I've definitely had that before where I have posted something and then someone above me like in the church has come to me and just said like, hey, I think you should delete this. And I was so offended at first because I was
Yeah.
like, this like shouldn't be happening. This is so like judgmental. And then like the more my heart started to soften, I was like, wow, this is like showing me things. Maybe it wasn't done in the completely like right way,
Mhm.
but it just revealed so much to me. And I started praying about it like in my own heart for God to reveal that to me like before I post anything going forward. So there have been like harder times with that, but it
Yeah.
has always led to something better because God turns everything for his good.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah.
And honestly, thank you for just that, like even vulnerability to share that is something that's like a continual, like you're working on it. You're continuing to navigate it. I think that's really helpful. So thank you for sharing that and just being honest in that. It's awesome.
I guess around a lot of other influencers, and like, is it hard to keep your values around like a community of like TikTokers who probably don't have like the best values?
I don't think I know a bunch of like influencers.
Or even just like people
Like,
in college.
Well, I was about to say it's more just like college, like
Yeah.
just being around that, which like I feel like it's more like we have influencer friends like through social media, but in our
Right.
everyday lives, that's when more of our like temptation comes
Right.
in because we're like
Yes. Yeah.
around them, like our friends are like going to parties or like they're choosing to do something, and it is just like we were talking about the social media thing, like a constant battle.
Yeah.
You know, like being in college, just trying to like live a normal college
Yeah.
life with your friends that
Yeah.
are like maybe not on the same path as you, but then
Right.
also trying to find a community that is like lifting you up in the way that you need to be lifted
Right.
up. It's
Yeah.
so hard and it's like a constant pull. But again, I think it is important to have that strong community and your strong faith because you can fall back on that when like you know your other friends are doing something that maybe you don't want to join in on. You have that to be like, okay, I have this though. Like
Yeah.
I'm good without that. I don't have to go to
Right.
these things anymore. I don't have to like you know join in the same things that they're joining in on.
Right.
But no, I'm not gonna lie, it is hard though. Like being in
Yeah.
college is so
And I think like using the Holy Spirit as like finding that conviction of like, where is it too far? Like, what is my line personally? Because I believe that like everyone has different things that are like, they're going to be convicted by
About,
the Holy
yeah.
Spirit. Yeah, about. So I think that that's something that both of us have talked about. Like, we even have different lines of like what we should and shouldn't be doing or should and shouldn't be around. Because I believe like going into darkness and like being a light is like what we're called to do at the same time. And that's why we both go to like just like normal colleges. Like we didn't choose to go to Christian schools because we wanted to be like a light in a dark place, you know? And I think that's something that's hard and can be really lonely. Like there have been times when we just call each other like crying, like this isn't what I thought college was gonna be like. Like I didn't think I was gonna be so lonely and like even though I have Christ, like it's like you'll just be sitting in your room sometimes and it's like this isn't
and like you know that it's the right thing, but it's
Right.
like how can this be the right thing?
but it
'Cause I'm
feels
feeling,
so
like,
wrong
sad.
because it's so
Yeah.
against what the world is telling you to do.
It's like the opposite.
And stuff.
Yeah.
And there have been times where obviously we've messed up and like not been like the at home alone, you know what I mean? But it's like you go from there and grow and learn from like what God's telling you to
and
do.
you
if
can't
that
like
makes
hold
sense.
that against yourself at the
Right.
same time. Like she's so big on conviction, like so strong in it, and that like always inspires me. But I'm like also if something happens, don't beat yourself up
Yeah.
about it because we're made
She
new every
offers
day.
me grace
Right.
whenever I'm beating myself down for like doing something that I didn't want to do, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But so we kind of give that to each other. Like
Yeah, we help each
I'll be
other
like,
out.
do you need to be doing that? And then she'll be like, you need to forgive yourself, whatever.
Yeah.
But,
So good.
Good cop, bad cop. you know?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a question that we do ask
how did
on
I
a
miss
lot of
that?
our podcasts, but
Sorry.
we're any encouragement that you could give in regards to, obviously, like in today's society, like purity is not necessarily valued, but even purity, if we go like a little bit deeper, like because we know purity has a lot to it. It's not just physical. It's like it's mental, emotional, like spiritual, all that kind of stuff. And so what advice would you give? And you could go specific, like trying to like talk about like almost like virginity, how to keep that. Or you could go a little bit less specific. What would you say? What encouragement would you give to people that are struggling in the area of purity? You can take it whatever direction you feel.
I think for me, I'm like saving myself for marriage, and that's something that like was laid on my heart at a young age. And so it's something, and I'm very like, again, like rule follower. So it's like, it wasn't ever anything that I had to like think about. Like it was always like, I'm going to do that. But it became more of like less of a rule and more of like a heart thing, I guess. And part of that is just like thinking about the circumstances I'm going to be in before I get in them, if that makes sense. So like
That's great.
not allowing myself to be in a circumstance where I'm going to be like tempted with something, or like even like the things I put into my mind, like what I watch, what I listen to, like if that's all I'm thinking about, that's something that's eventually going to play out in my life, you know? So I think that's definitely like an encouragement, like think about what you're putting into your mind and the circumstances you're getting into. And that's something that's, I don't know, that's different for everyone. And like God's grace is so much bigger than anyone. So obviously if you haven't, like you can be like re-purified. I don't believe that that's something that's like done forever.
Right.
Yeah, kind of like going off of that. I'm more like on the opposite end a little bit. Like I feel like I have kind of messed up in like high school and college and stuff. And I just always go back to God's grace and how it like never runs out. And I think for so long I kind of held that against myself and beat myself up about it. And I just want everyone to know, like, it doesn't matter what you've done, like how far gone you are, you're never too far gone for the love of Jesus. And that just covers a multitude of sins. And it's honestly the most beautiful thing when you start to make it personal. Like I said, again, in my senior year of high school, it just became so personal for me. It filled that void and that heart, that part of my heart that I thought was so broken, to like ever return to just like a pure heart again. But he was like, you're made pure every day, like over and over. And it's not just like sex, or it's not just like obvious things that you do and mess up with. It's, you know, getting angry with someone, or like thinking something in your mind. You're made new, and you're made new. And every single day you have to just like remember who Jesus is to go in circumstances like that. But you're never too far gone. And I just think that's such a beautiful thing to remember. And to live by. That doesn't mean you should go and just like do whatever you want and like expect to have grace again, because I don't think that's how Jesus wants us to live either. But it is just seeing that, and then from that relationship with him being like, okay, now how do I want to live? How is he calling me to live, and how does he like want me to view these things in my life, if that makes sense? And then just trying to see things from his perspective rather than your own perspective.
And if you keep your eyes on God, I feel like that's going to like play out so much in your life. Like if you get distracted by everything else, you're never going to make it down the path you want to. So it's really all about like a heart, like the manner of your heart. Like if you're positioned towards him, that's everything in your life is going to play out that way. Obviously, we're not perfect. We're never going to be. But I think that's something that like it'll show up in your life over and over again.
Yeah, it's just like a beautiful thing. I don't know, like again, when I was saved, like my senior year, I always tell people it's like I saw the world in colors for the first time, and then I started to see every person, every situation, every instance like in a different way because of him. He just like changed my perspective on everything, and I was like, wow. And it's so much more beautiful than living without him. Like it literally like changes your life, changes everything in your life. And yeah, he's just the best.
No, that's
That is
awesome.
funny. That's great. So we're going through, I love that we're talking about this. We're going through a study right now, all of our e-groups, called Immeasurably More. Pastor Holly wrote it. It's really, really incredible. And one of the weeks...
Point to me, like I'm Pastor Holly.
No, well, that's your mom. So one of the weeks, we talk about confidence. And from, you know, like what we've seen from you guys both seem like really confident girls. And I feel like a lot of girls probably look up to you guys, like when you're talking about posting something inspiring or whatever, getting like people commenting. What is an area in your life where you feel like the most confident?
That's
Could
a
be
good
anything.
question.
Or maybe even like continuing that of like, where do you feel like you've grown in confidence
Right.
over like the years?
Oh, that was the second part of
That
the
was the
question.
second part of the question. Way to steal
okay.
my thunder
We'll
there.
We'll just like
I'm
jump
kidding.
in too.
Yeah, come
like
on
talk
into it,
about
come on
it.
into it.
Jumping.
I think in just like not owning my personality, but I used to kind of think that like, because I am more of like a free person, I'm like super spontaneous and I love that. But I started to think that that was a bad thing in God's eyes. And God has like revealed to me recently, like, that is beautiful, exactly who you are. And like, I made you that way. You know, like I knit you in your mother's womb, and like be confident in that. And so I think to answer like the two parts of the question, that's something that I am confident in is like my unique personality, but it's also something I've had to kind of like started to grow in because I see myself like when I'm around certain friends, like kind of catering towards like how they are and being different around them. And then when I'm around other people, I'm like, no, this is how I am. But God has just shown me like be exactly who you are because that is the most beautiful part of you.
Yeah.
And so I guess, yeah, that just like uniqueness and like owning that in a way. And it just gives you so much confidence going forward.
I think mine's similar, but in a different way. Like I'm more of like a black and white person, more like rule follower, whatever. And that's like where we're opposite. And so I think growing up, I was like, I wish I could just be like free. Like I wish I could be the free one who doesn't have to worry about like protecting us or like keeping the standard or seeing what other people are thinking about me and like just kind of let go. And so I think I found that freedom like when I found Christ, but it wasn't like I had to let go of that black and white personality. I could still be like try and keep people safe, but it was like I love that about myself now. Like I love that I can take care of my friends and like take care of my family and be that responsible person, but it's not like a hassle. It's not like a weight on my back anymore. It's
Because
like
you found freedom in that, and it's like not weighing.
it's
you
like a
down
gift
anymore.
that I get to do through Christ, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something that, and that's why we kind of fought probably so much in high school because I was like, I'm trying to keep you safe here, and like you're just going and doing whatever, and then like you would be like, AJ, just let
You're
go.
reckless, bro.
Yeah, reckless. She'd be like, AJ, you're just being a freak.
I was
Like
the
just
rebel
let
in the
go.
family.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say something.
Remember?
I know I'm trying to remember.
About her? About her thing?
It was you were like saying
Black and
something. I
white.
was like,
Freedom.
Rule follower.
You wish you didn't have to
We're, like,
protect
playing a game
everyone.
Right.
I'll remember. It'll come to me.
Yeah.
Well, I
Hey,
think
it
it's
was a good
what
thought.
both of you said is actually so cool because in the immeasurably more study, one of the questions was, what is it that you've been diminishing that like God's put uniquely in you? And I feel like that's a huge part of confidence because a lot of times we'd say like, at least maybe as a girl, be like, oh, well, I have to be confident in like how I look or what I can do or what I bring to the table or in how many friends I have or all that
Attaboy,
kind of
Andrew.
stuff.
Yeah.
And so that like we put confidence in like something specific where really like confidence can also come from like, oh man, I've been diminishing like this part of my personality that I didn't think was like something I could be confident in because it's not something specific. It's like, but as you like begin to like step into that, it's like, oh, actually like, no, I'm confident in like how God made me, like how I interact with people, all that. I think
I
that's
love that because I
very
think that's like
helpful.
exactly what we said. It's kind of like both parts that we like diminish, that we were like,
Right.
we need to ignore this part of ourselves or we need to like push that away. But God was trying to bring that out the entire time and be like, just see who I've made you to be, you know?
Yeah.
But, I remembered what I was going to say.
Let's go.
I think one other thing that we're both like confident about, just like a basic thing, is our like, not weirdness, but I think we just like grew up so much different than like normal people. Like we went to like a 2-day-a-week school that was like full of theater kids. It was like just
and we
weird.
loved
Theater
it.
kids
And
like
we loved
TikTokers.
it.
That's kind of crazy.
That's kind of wild.
That's kind of wild.
But like we love that about ourselves. I feel like we've never let that go.
Yeah.
And like we don't bring out that weirdness like to every single person we meet, but we're also like confident in that, and it's like fun and funny.
Right.
So I think on like
We've
a
had
basic
people
level,
who like really judge that weirdness, and then we're just
Right.
like, you know what?
we don't care.
That's
like,
not who we need to surround ourselves
sure.
with. But
it's just that's one thing that I think is just like an interesting thing about how we grew up.
Yeah.
How we are.
You guys were homeschooled essentially.
Yeah, we were homeschooled and then went to this like 2-day-a-week school throughout high school. Well, I was like in gymnastics my whole life, like strictly homeschooled, like did not have a life outside of the gym. And then in high school, we started going to RDS, which is like the 2-day-a-week theater thing. And yeah, that was interesting. We have lots of stories.
I was gonna say,
Dang, I
just
wanna
for
hear
all
a
the
theater
theater kids
story,
out
man.
there, like, tell us your favorite play that you were in
Ooh.
and what part you played. Did you play like main parts or were you more
I was
like,
always an
background?
animal for some reason, which I know sounds weird. I was a pig.
That's
I was a
incredible.
bird.
What?
Yeah, I was a pig.
In
like
what?
one of the 3 little
In what?
pigs.
Okay, but that's
No,
not a
it was-
special role.
yeah,
I was gonna say that's
that's kind of the main
Like the
character.
movie,
And I had
just
to-
centers around
No,
animals.
no,
Just
no,
like,
no.
why
It's
did
just
it make
that's
me
one
be
of
an
the three
animal?
little
Right.
pigs. It was in Shrek, so it was like a minor character.
Okay.
But
okay.
Were you donkey?
It's Shrek.
No, she was the pig.
Oh.
I was a pig.
Yeah.
And I was a
I
rat.
thought you guys said that was in Three Little Pigs. Or were you guys trolling?
It was Three Little Pigs in,
In
Shrek.
Shrek.
That's
Oh, there's
so
Three Little
funny.
Pigs in Shrek.
Yeah,
Well, I guess I'm
yeah.
not really up to date on my like Shrek lore.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta go
it's
back
okay.
and watch that.
We forgive
And
you.
then we were rats in that one too. So we were tap
Oh
dancing
yeah, we were
rats.
tap
So you're
dancing
like-
rats.
Tap dancing
And I
rat.
was
Wow.
the
Ugly duckling
You had
in
two
that
roles
one.
in one play.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we like
Pretty big
danced
deal.
and
God.
stuff.
Yeah, you had to
Gotta
like do the quick
We had-
like
yeah,
Yeah,
like
the quick
backstage.
and we had to like tease our hair because we were rats. I guess I don't know why.
That was so ratchet.
Yeah, you know rats. Always
Yeah,
You know,
always
rats
raising their
always have that
hair.
big
We
hair.
need pictures posted of this after.
Yeah.
So
No, we honestly
During the
We have-
podcast,
you
we're
need
gonna
to-
pop
we need a
that
so
clip.
many-
slideshow. We need
Yeah.
a TikTok slideshow
That'd
of
actually be
theater
hilarious.
like theater kids.
That's
Yeah.
so no, we did like my favorite one was Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, that was mine
Notre
too.
Dame, whatever. That one was so much fun. It was like
Did
a
you play
4-hour
Esmeralda?
play. No, I wish.
Sad.
But I was like a gypsy or something. What were you with that?
I think I was a townsperson. So okay, but I like.
Yeah, for real.
Background character number 4.
Right.
Yeah.
I just like to be a part of it. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't really
the
care. to
vibes,
be
yeah,
for
like-
I
the
wasn't like a
vibes.
big
I mean,
one
we
that either
always
was good,
wanted the
though.
big roles,
Yeah.
obviously, but they just never gave it to us.
Dang.
I guess
I
you
was
went
in
from
a-
like, yeah, I didn't care about the big roles
Right,
to
yeah.
like,
We
yeah,
didn't
I always
really,
wanted-
but, like,
I always
we wanted
them.
them.
Yeah.
That's funny. I was in an Easter play and I got dancer A, and I was
Dancer
so
A,
Yeah, it was
wow.
Dancer A
So
though.
proud.
That's like
Alpha.
probably
That's the
best.
first dancer.
Yeah, it
there you
was.
go.
You're crazy. I need to see clips of this.
I know.
Would you guys ever like get back into theater stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
you
I
guys
would,
like
I would
acting
do
like
that.
Broadway?
Stuff?
I don't
Broadway.
think we would make it
Wait,
to
isn't
Broadway.
that like isn't that
Broadway.
essentially
I mean, yeah,
it?
that's
Like
like-
plays,
That's
Broadway?
like top.
That's like the
guess so.
MBA of
Well,
Right.
Like
acting.
you could do like community theater.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like looking at my school, and I think we have like some theater stuff. I was
You
like,
should do
No,
it.
Yeah.
but
Oh,
everyone
you
would
should
judge
definitely
me.
do that.
They would judge me so hard, but I shouldn't
No,
care.
it'd be
Yeah.
almost like High School Musical.
Yeah.
Right?
You don't have to
Yeah.
tell anybody either. You can just do
True,
it.
I could just
secretly.
Do it
Yeah.
Have you guys
at
seen the
night,
one
going-
guy that like got rejected from Juilliard and he like blew up on TikTok for it?
No.
No.
That
guys
could
should
be
do
your
that.
villain arc right
You guys
there.
should apply to
Wait.
Juilliard and
Like,
then
you didn't give us any roles in high school, so
Like,
Right,
what we
yeah,
think
we're gonna
exactly.
That's
That's
so
honestly-
it's
funny.
so funny. He blew up for like not getting in, which is just so
So
funny.
does he like talk about it? How he was like, they rejected me.
Well,
but-
like basically he made a TikTok like, yeah, I didn't get in, and then everyone's just like spamming Juilliard on like their Instagram, like let him in, and like
Wait, does he sing?
No, he's like terrible, and that's the funny thing. But he's just like a
Oh, no.
But now
Oh,
he's
I
basically
thought
making
he was
a
yeah,
living.
it's like actually good.
no,
They,
he
like-
didn't deserve to get in. Like obviously because they
Whoa,
rejected him.
Yeah.
he's making a living based on his rejection.
Based on
That's
not
kind of
getting
crazy.
in.
That's
Right.
good.
That's
though.
like a God turning it to good thing.
Right,
Yeah, for
literally.
real.
That's what I'm saying. You guys should do that, and then you can
Maybe
start your
we
acting
should,
career.
but we just like we'll literally be on road trips and just like listen to theater music. But we
It's
can't with
so
anyone. Like if
good.
anyone else was in the car, like we wouldn't do it because
Yeah.
they just like
Yeah.
it's a very
Like, it tells such
Oh,
a
yeah.
story. Like, there's so much
Yeah.
more than
Like
just the music.
Hamilton.
Yeah,
Hamilton's
dude.
pretty
Oh,
solid.
Dude.
Hamilton's good.
Nate was
love
just
Hamilton.
playing me like all the
Hamilton's
music
great.
in the
Bro.
car, bro. I was like, dude, you gotta turn this
Y'all
off.
need to listen to Phantom
I
of the
say-
Opera.
Do you ever
That's
do like
awesome.
Les Mis?
Turn this
Yeah,
off.
it's a great
We never
soundtrack.
did Les Mis, but like we love the soundtrack.
That's a
of
good
Les Mis.
movie, too.
That is such a
It's
good show.
movie, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming and doing this. We
Of
really
course.
appreciate it, especially in your busy schedule. 3 exams,
3 exams.
tomorrow.
Pray for me.
Not
Good
to remind
Lord.
you about that or anything. But we really appreciate it. It's been super fun.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything you now that we're wrapping up wanna plug? Any beauty products? Anything fun coming
yeah,
up?
What's the hair product?
Yeah.
Oh.
We haven't really made it yet, but it's gonna happen.
We'll have to come back and then
Yeah,
plug
on the
it
next
again.
one. On the next one. That's great. Well, thank you. Guys.
What's your at? What's your TikTok?
Oh yeah, plug your channels.
Oh, my TikTok is AJ.Davis. Instagram, Adrian J.
2
Davis.
dots.
No,
2
it's
dots.
actually I swim for him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Snapchat.
After today, she's gonna change it
Yeah.
to I swim for
True.
him.
My TikTok is AddieKate101, and then my Instagram is Addie_Kate.
Boom. There you
Okay.
go.
Guys,
You guys have a
thank
YouTube channel too, right?
Oh
Yeah, Davis Sisters.
Davis Sisters. We'll put it in the description too.
Sure.
Fire.
Go.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
you.
You feel good?